Jeff from Pulsar Fusion Media. This is a tutorial on teleportation, just like how they do it on movie Jumper, Star Trek, you name it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we're going to be doing this teleportation effect with Sony Vegas Pro 10 64-bit version. If you're doing a teleportation with Sony Vegas, it doesn't matter which version you have. They'll all be able to use for this, so not a problem. The oldest, newest versions don't matter. Okay, so we got right here the raw footage of the film you just seen. Nothing's been edited, altered, whatever. This is it. Now, when you film your scene, in order to teleport somebody, you have to keep the camera very steady from beginning to end. It cannot shake or wiggle or anything. I wouldn't step on the floorboards near it. Anything. It has to be perfectly still. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to be messed up. All right, and you just wasted a shot. So, if you got a tripod, use that. If not, just lay it on a table or counter, whatever. I mean, improvise. Because this camera has to be perfectly still from beginning to end. You know, don't shut it on and off, because once it's touched, the whole thing's messed up. So, like I said, keep it perfectly still. Okay, now with that, what I did was just I added a few more video tracks to place other scenes, and it's going to be some copy and pasting here. So if you don't know how to do that, you just right-click and insert video track, and it'll make a bunch of tracks for you. I already made about like 3 or 4 extra ones for this. Now, what we're doing here, you want to get up to the starting point where this person, whoever you're going to film, is going to teleport. So I had her stand perfectly still before she moved. You know, she just simply walked off the screen after that. But here's how we do the teleport. Now you want to like save snapshot to file, but before you do that, go to preview quality. Make sure it's on best to full. You'll get the best video quality in that. So when you're ready to do that, just hit save snapshot to file, and there you go. Your image will come up right there, and just go ahead and drag that down to the track above. Now it looks a little dark. I usually have to do a brightness contrast change when I overlay tracks like this, but if anybody's got a better method, I mean, feel free to comment me. I'd be willing to hear it. Okay, so let's do a little brightness contrast adjustment. Now I'm only going to raise it up to like 0.01. Oop. That's all I really need. Okay, so that's good. Now, ooh, what happened there? Okay. Now we got your frame here, or your your clip. Now you only want about like maybe 7 frames of this, so you just count it out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good. All right. So you highlight that, hit S to split it, and get rid of the rest. You don't need it. Excuse me. Now, you want to bring this up a couple of more tracks, because you're going to add some background here to this. Now what we're going to do here is just mask her off and trace everything around her. So you're going to do event pan crop, and your display window will come right up, and check the position mask button. Now your anchor creation tool is going to be right there, so click that if it's not on already, and just completely trace around the person you're going to teleport. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you have a gap with like the background and the person, not a problem. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. But one thing you gotta check for is make sure you trace around any, if it's a person standing in front of a table or an object, that's masked, you get the going around it. All right, so everything else is going to be blacked out, and it's just a person right here. Again, make sure it's in positive. Now you're going to do a feather out, and Click that and just raise it up, about 2 points, and we're good. All right. So the easiest way to do this. Oh, there's one more thing I gotta do. You want to get to the part. You slide this over and make sure she's walking away from the screen and it's completely gone. This is going to be your background. Once you know the person's off the screen, just highlight the first track, hit S to split, and just move it all the way up to the point where the person's coming back. We're going to be copying this background. Oh, there she is. I'm going to do this a little bit back. Okay, right there. Just hit S again. We got a clip. You don't have to move it or anything like that. This is just a copying. We're going to create a background and paste again. All right. Now, we're going to do here, so this side doesn't get messed up. We're going to do another event pan crop. Click mask again. Now, if there's another person involved, like on the scene, this is why you would do it. But you can make sure the person that's being masked isn't in this part. You know what I mean? Okay. So make sure it's on positive. Now you're gonna probably have a strange line going through the middle of the screen, and that won't look good on your final shot. So to get rid of that, put in feather out and bump it up about 2 points would be good, and it should blend right over. Also, it might look a little bit darker, so we're going to do that brightness contrasting again. And if that happens, that's how you fix it, unless somebody knows a better way. Okay, it's 1 point, and it looks rather blended in. Not too bad. It probably doesn't even need it. But that's if his sun is moving or whatever like that. Apparently doesn't really need it at all. Okay. Well, false alarm. Now we got our background. And she's teleported like that. That's just a disappearing. Whoop, gone. So, now, without all the glowing effects, the easiest way you can teleport somebody is just like, you could have them fade out. See, she does this disappearing, vanishing act. That is the easiest way to do a teleport. Now, if you want to get fancy with it, we'll bring back the fade offset. Ooh. Okay. Now, we want to get really fancy with it. This is what we do. You just click Event Effects. Now, go ahead and click on the plugin chain. What you want to get is Bump Map, Linear Blur, and Pinch Punch. Hit OK. Now, picture looks a little distorted right now. We're going to fix that up. How to do that is to uncheck Pinch Punch and Linear Blur. We're going to work on, excuse me, one thing at a time. So you click on Bump Map, and there's your dialog box right there. You want to click Animate. And it's fine where the intensity is right now in the beginning, but you want to slide the animator all the way up to the end. Alright? And bump up the intensity. This is going to give her a glow. Now she's glowing in the dark. There you go. Alright. And you can turn this down a little bit. Okay. Now go ahead and check Linear Blur and click on that. Click Animate again. Now you want to bring this all the way down to 0. Okay. And then slide this all the way to the end again. And raise both of these up to about right there, both angle and amount. Now you got a really good distortion effect here and a glow. And if you slide this, it'll change. Disappear. But we got one more to do. That's a pinch punch. You highlight that, check the box. Now it looks really distorted. I mean, you could leave it like that, but we're not. We're going to just slide this onto the end and hit animate again. And just slide it in the middle somewhere. Right there's fine. Or you could put it on 0. Yep. Just the amount. Now again, you just slide this all the way to the end and bring it all the way up to the maximum amount. And you got a successful teleport. Now, click that out, click that out. Of course, we want the person to have reappear somewhere else. So, what we're going to do is find out where she comes back. Okay, so she's walking back in the screen right now. And you want to start a point where she's going to reappear. Right there's pretty good for this scene. So we're going to do the same thing all over again. Make sure your preview quality is best for full for the snapshot. And do another save snapshot to file, and there's your image. I'm going to do this over again, but it's going to be in reverse order. Bring it all the way up here. You want both the images of the person reappearing to be on top, on the top tracks. That's going to be a foreground. And right now, same thing. We're going to count out some tracks, about 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks. Hit S to split and get rid of the excess right here. And same thing, we're going to event pan crop. Hit mask. And I'm going to do an anchor creation tool all the way around this bartender holding the Red Bull. Like I said, doesn't have to be excuse me, perfect, but it's all the way around. Just like this. Okay. And we got her. Alright. We can just, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do, feather out. And 2 points, that's good. Okay. Now, we're going to be doing the same thing except in reverse order. So again, we're going to do bump map. We're going to be doing linear blur. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Great. Pinch punch. All right. One thing I got to do is the reason why there's 2 of them showing up. I'm not doing a cloning tutorial. That's next. But we want to drag this, extend this out. Oh, wait a minute. Not extend, sorry. We'll just do a copy, paste. Okay, because we want to get a background right up to the point where she teleports back in. We want to hide. We'll hide her coming. We want to hide her walking back into the screen. So that's the reason why we're doing this. And if one thing that's helpful if you're trying to align files perfectly, this button right here says Enable Snapping. Once you do that, you slide this up. You'll see like a glowing blue line. It'll let you know, like, yep, it's all perfectly aligned. That's what it's for. So if you haven't, go ahead and that's a very helpful tool. All right, so we got that far. We want to go back to the beginning of this. And now, remember, we got to uncheck these two. And it's not, okay, there we go. And now this time it's going to be in reverse order. So, you want to hit animate. Now in the beginning, I want to bring this all the way up. Remember, intensity was at 250 before, so keep that number in your head. And just slide this all the way up. Okay? Just slide this back to, well, 250. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so that's good. All right. Now we want to check off linear blur and go ahead and put that box on. And make sure you slide the animator right here all the way to the beginning. Just bring all this down to 0, angle and amount to 0. Click animate again. And you got, okay, here we go. This is your linear blur. You want it up kind of high. And then it returns back to 0 once you slide this all the way to the end. Bring this to 0. Okay, so it looks like she's rematerializing back where she was. Now, if you notice she's kind of moving, if like your subject's moving, don't worry about it. It's better if they stand still, but you don't have to because it's taking place right exactly where they appeared anyway. So either way, if they're moving or standing still, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to ruin anything. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to do is pinch punch. We're going to check the box and then click on it. Remember, the slider is all the way back to 0. Click animate again. Now you want to keep that the way, let's see. Might be screwing it up a little bit, but that's all right. If I got this in reverse order, let me know. But you want to drop the pinch punch down a little bit. And there she goes. All right. So that's how you teleport somebody on Sony Vegas 10. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, put it on a comment box. Please click like, subscribe to me. This is Pulsar Fusion Media. Thank you for watching. Bye.